Welcome to another episode of What Do You Need to Know to Live in Costa Rica? Today, we're talking the capital city of San Jose. Hi everyone, I'm Aaron Bailey, joined as always by my good friend and business partner, Patrick Jager. Pura Vida, Patrick.
Pura Vida, Mr. Bailey. How are you, sir? And by the way, Mr. Bailey is our resident Josefino. So this is your topic.
This is my topic. I'm so excited to talk about San Jose, which often gets a bad rap. Let's talk about this. But first, Patrick.
Yes, hold. First, if you like what we're doing, if you like our community, if you like our videos, if you have an idea for a video, if you want to ask us a question, yada, yada, engage. Ask a question below, hit the like button, subscribe, follow, do all the things. Go on the website, go on our Instagram. We love our community. We love what we do. You are a very small and mighty group and you're very engaged. And we want to make sure that we're creating content that helps you decide if Costa Rica is right for you. So this is a big topic. Is San Jose right for you? By that topic, Mr. Bailey, when we say San Jose, what do we mean?
Well, first of all, San Jose is a province. We're not talking about the province. It's a big province. We're talking about the city of San Jose. We're talking about not about Escazú, Santana, not about the suburbs. We are talking about the city of San Jose. And that includes lots of neighborhoods like Roma Sur, where I live, Nunciatura Roma Sur, Barrio Escalante, Barrio Amon, Sabana Norte, Sur, Los Yoses, San Pedro, which is technically not San Jose, but we're going to just lop it on.
Yeah, it's kind of,
it's pretty
San
much
Jose
the same.
adjacent, for sure.
It's the same. It feels like San Jose. We're going to talk about it as San Jose because we're not going to do a separate video about it. So, yes, so we're talking about just the city of San Jose. It gets a bad rap. A lot of tourists come to San Jose and they're like, why would I want to be here, or why would I want to live here? But there are some really good reasons to live in San Jose, and I'm excited to talk about them.
I'll tell you, I love living in Atenas. I love living in the exurbs. I'm kind of that guy because when I am in the States, our place in the States is in the city. So it's nice to have the opposite. But every single time I come down and hang out with you, I always say to you, gosh, I understand why you live here. And it really does. And I think part of that bad rap is that Costa Rica as a whole is not an architectural mecca. So when people think like, ooh, we're going to go downtown to that beautiful downtown area, it's not that. It wasn't designed that way either by hook or by crook or earthquake or what have you. There's always been a reason why things have not been, architectural is not an emphasis. Where you live and what you see is more of an emphasis. We've talked about that before. But why are people drawn to San Jose? Like, what are the things that you think really make San Jose what it is?
I'm a city boy. I love cities. And so while San Jose isn't my favorite city in the world or favorite even Latin American city, there's a certain charm to it here, and it gives me the ability to be amongst an urban population with culture, with access to museums and concerts and theater and events. Like, I love just randomly walking and seeing a festival in Parque Nacional, for example. So really, it's hard to get that anywhere else. San Jose is kind of the cultural center, the political center, but also the cultural center of Costa Rica.
Especially where you live, I also think it's one of the most walkable parts of Costa Rica. Like, you literally can walk everywhere. I mean, some of those walks are long, but it was built on a plain as much as there are plains in this topographically crazy country. But for those that really want to have walkability, I think it's a huge opportunity for people that you're not going to get in a lot of other places.
Yeah, oftentimes we talk to people who think they want to move to Costa Rica, not San Jose, but somewhere else, and walk everywhere, right? And when you start to look at the topography, it's really hilly and it rains a lot. And so you might not get that wish of being able to walk a lot of places. But in the city, you really can walk everywhere, as long as you got your umbrella in the rainy season.
Right.
And that's why I love it. I don't get my car maybe once every 10 days.
Yeah,
I just
you
don't
tell
need
me
to.
that. It surprises me. I would have thought you would, but you've gotten very used to when you do need to go somewhere and you don't want to drive, you just Uber.
I Uber, exactly. I'm after this. I'm going to go meet a client of ours for dinner in Escalante, and I'm going to probably Uber because it's easier than dealing with parking and all of that.
Right.
So yeah. I think the other reason, Patrick, of the San Jose is attractive is you've got accessibility not only to places in the metro area in the Central Valley, but San Jose is really well located throughout Costa Rica. So if I want to pop to the beach, I pop to the beach, and if I want to go to either side, the Caribbean or the Pacific, I'm pretty much in the middle, a little closer to the Pacific. But not only that in the country, but in the area, hospitals, universities, embassies, government offices. A lot of times people like in Atenas for you, like you'll have to file a document or something. You had to come to San Jose to do that. Or there might be an office in Liberia and Guanacaste. But the government doesn't have offices all over this country. And oftentimes people come to San Jose to conduct government business.
I mean, when you live in San Jose, there's really by coming to somewhere like Atenas, you're doing it by choice to come see me or going to the beach. If I live in Atenas, I have, to your point, I have reasons I have to come into the city. So there is that, but also, even more so than access, is the diversity of the city. You talk about the hospitals, and you talk about the universities, and you talk about commerce that's going on. San Jose is a unbelievably international city. If you look at the international companies that have Central American headquarters or even Latin American headquarters, to make it even broader, in San Jose, it's a pretty interesting and dynamic list. So you have so much diversity in the types of scenes, and it's by far the most diverse part of the country.
In my neighborhood, I often will encounter people speaking clearly Spanish, English, but also Mandarin because there's a large Chinese population in my neighborhood. There's a German school next door that I just found out about. The French Academy is downtown. There's just a really good mix. The British school is also nearby. It's just a really good mix of people from different cultures that converge in one place, and I love that.
You're also in a very Jewish part of town too, so
It's true.
you hear Hebrew and Yiddish. So
Yep.
and you feel that flavor. You
Yeah.
really feel that flavor. Like on Shabbos, walking your neighborhood on Shabbos, where there are people walking
Yep.
around, on the streets. You don't feel like you're in Costa Rica.
Right.
You know that you're in an international city, and I think that's really, really
Right.
cool. Well, what about the cost? Like some people, I'm sure, are like, I don't want to live in the city. It's going to be expensive.
There are expensive neighborhoods and places in the city, obviously, and then there are some really reasonable places. I think as a whole, San Jose is less expensive than some of the neighborhoods or some of the suburbs like Escazú and Santana. You can still find some really good deals in San Jose, but you're going to probably have a little bit less space than you would maybe in Santana, but some pretty decent deals. That includes food and transit and basic services. In San Jose downtown, there's so many really cool funky businesses that you can conduct business in that you would have never thought, oh yeah, I need to go downtown to do this. Whereas in Santana or Escazú, for example, you're going to a mall. You might go to a mall.
You're going to an international brand that's...
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's really cool to, I think, to see those differences.
So that brings up cost of living. So from a cost of living perspective, it sounds to me like what you're saying is it's pretty even with a lot of other places, but you have the benefit of not having to drive as much. You have more choice, and and the housing isn't that much more, or
I think so.
Might be less.
I think that's a great way of saying it. Exactly.
What about the climate?
We joke that San Jose often has better climate than Atenas, which is deemed the best climate in the world. Whatever.
El mejor clima del mundo.
But Patrick and I will compare, and it's a little cooler here in San Jose, just because of the topography and and the way the winds happen. Last night I was freezing. I went for a walk with the dog and I was
I know. I
freezing.
saw your post.
I was like, what is happening? So it is really mild. It's spring year round, really. Obviously that'll fluctuate a little bit and it can get warm and humid. But as long as you're near a park, which I am, there's lots of great parks nearby. I think that helps. It's not nearly as hot as the coast. Obviously, we've talked about that many times before. And the rainy season, the rainy season is May-ish to November-ish, but it usually starts raining in the afternoon for a few hours and then stops.
Okay, so there are kind of a couple neighborhoods you mentioned. I'm just going to do word association. I'm going to give you a neighborhood, and I want you to tell me. I know. I should have trained you a little bit. I should have at least told you that I'm going to do this.
We didn't plan for
but
this.
I'm going to give you a neighborhood. I want you to give me kind of like the buzz. Like why is that neighborhood known for what it is? Okay. We're going to start with where you live. Romercer and Savannah.
Upscale, more established residents, more international, very walkable.
Escalante.
Trendy, hip, younger. I feel old when I go there. Amazing cafes and restaurants. Definitely got that gritty urban vibe that you don't find in my neighborhood in Romercer.
So my reference to it is if you know Mexico City, it's a lot like Condesa, or if you know LA, it's a lot like where I used to live in Silver Lake. That's kind of how I term it. All right. Barrio Amon or Otoya.
Historical, like amazing architecture. I walk around and I think, why don't I live here? Even kind of more hipster, but it takes a special type of person to live there. Amazing hidden restaurants, artsy.
It's grittier.
It's grittier.
Yeah.
Yep.
And part of that is, like we said, there's not a lot of architecture. The architecture there is colonial. Like you really, really feel it. But a lot of it needs some TLC. If you've been to Havana, it will have some of that same flavor where you get great architecture, but it just needs a little love. Yep. Okay, last one, Los Yoses.
Los Yoses. I don't want to talk about Los Yoses because I want to move there and I don't want to give it away. But it's I think of the next Escalante. It's more up and coming. It's got both an established, like old school San Jose vibe, but also lots of young people, affordable housing, some great hidden cafes. Don't go there, people.
Here's the big question that everybody assumes: crime. Like people assume, I'm not going to go to San Jose. It's gritty and it's going to be all crime. What's the safety like?
None of the places that we've mentioned really are of concern. There are some unsafe neighborhoods in San Jose, but you're probably never going to find them. If you want to buy drugs, you might be unsafe. If you're going about living your life, I think you're going to be perfectly fine. There is crime here. It's probably more crime than Atenas, where you live, Patrick, or a beach town. But because it's a bigger city, I think that tends to get a little overshadowed, and so you just don't hear about it. But the neighborhoods that I think that we've mentioned are really safe.
I think two things I would add to that. One is it's petty theft typically, and so if you're going to be, if you're going to like dangle your bag at 1 a.m. and you're kind of drunk, well, you're setting yourself up. Or if you're going to leave your laptop on your seat in your car, you're setting yourself up. But that's true anywhere. The other thing is, I think there's something about the edges of towns that I would say in almost any town, the edges that are further away from where the most people live or would go or frequent is where you're going to feel less safe, and you're not going to go to those.
Yeah, and I would say that it's really important to know those boundaries. Like my neighborhood, Romercer, I think is really safe, but the next neighborhood over is Pavas. And technically this is Pavas because it's a canton as well. But that dividing line is really hard to know sometimes. So you just have to you have to really spend some time here to understand what's safe and what's not safe. But in the smack dab center of Romercer and Nunciatura, it's perfectly safe.
So who would you say San Jose is best for?
Young single people, even middle-aged single people, and I think a lot of couples would be great to explore San Jose. Families with kids, I think with specific reasons to be in San Jose, I think it's worth checking out or considering or having a conversation with us. And even retirees, my neighborhood would be amazing for. We've actually helped a lot of retirees scout Nunciatura Roma Sur. So yeah, I would say there's something for everyone here.
Yeah, I think people that crave culture, art, that want to be in the thick of it, that really want to be in the heart, especially if they don't want to have to travel to it. Like a lot of times they'll be like, we're going out. I'm like, I'm not driving an hour to go out.
Yeah.
And then it's how you want to live. Like if you're going to live in Roma Sur, you're probably not someone that wants to have an acre of land. You're someone that wants to live in a tower and have a beautiful view. Your first apartment had the sickest view.
Amazing view.
South and west. So watching not just the sunsets, but watching storms roll in.
Yeah.
So if you're someone that really enjoys urban living, we can help you find your place.
Yes, absolutely. And you would do that by simply emailing us at hola@yourpuravida.com. Start a conversation. Let us know potentially San Jose might be worth scouting. We would love to help you scout San Jose, nearby areas, and talk you through if it's right for you and your situation. Check out our website, yourpuravida.com/links. There's lots of great resources there. And we would love to have a conversation with you. Start a conversation. There's nothing more than I love to brag about where I live and would love to show that to so many other people.
Well, this has been awesome. We hope this has given you some information. If there's a town we have not covered in Costa Rica that you really think we need to cover, please let us know. And until next time, Mr. Bailey,
Pura Vida.